I dreamt of Bigfoot last night.
I don't remember our dreams too much. I guess I sleep pretty deep. That's a good question for Rennie. She has a lot of dreams.
You know, I always have a recurring dream, and it's more a nightmare than a dream.
I'm reading a book on a gal that hiked the entire Pacific Crest Trail, and I was reading on the airplane yesterday, and so I think that's why I dreamt of Bigfoot.
I think it's funny, you know, when you're nervous about something, your subconscious takes over and you can have crazy dreams.
Leading into any big race, it could be 2 months out, it could be a month out, it could be a week out. I always have the same dream, and it's just one where I'm running late.
Dude, I'm so tired by the time that I hit the sack that once I'm horizontal, it's a done.
If you look at some of my old school reports, the teachers used to call me a daydreamer, but you know, sometimes I remember dreams, but not, you know, it's not something I try and recall unless it was very, unless it was a freaky dream or something.
Oh, I mean, it's funny that it has to be related to a sport, but I do remember dreaming once that I completely missed the start line to a race.
I think everyone has that dream where, you know, you go to school without your clothes on, or you forget to put your pants on at school.
You forgot your wetsuit, and you need a wetsuit for the swim start, or you missed the start.
The worst dream I have is the whole trying to run and not being able to run. So, but I'm sure some dream analyst would have a field day with that.
I remember one year dreaming about turtles running up and down a Leahy Drive during the run, in the race, you know. And that dream where you can't catch them, you know. Me thinking I'm not worth squat here, I can't even catch this turtle.
I can completely switch what I'm dreaming about. So if I'm being chased by someone, and now I'm on a Hawaii beach. But you can kind of switch back. But I'm quite good at like getting it back to the beach scene.
Yeah, I think your mind plays tricks on you, and you've thought about this race for so much time and you know, for such a long period of time.
But I have a lot of deja vus because I know I dream, but I'm like, damn, this is like so familiar, this situation. So I must have dreamt something that was so familiar that I'm recognizing that.
When we were younger, we planned on doing all the races that our idols did. So we wrote a list out. My closest friend, Sean Moroney, who passed away in 2002, we were both supposed to do what we'd both agreed as 15-year-olds. We were going to do the Hawaiian Ironman together. We were both drawn to triathlon. And I have this list. If you come to my house in Australia, it is framed on my wall with a picture of me and my best mate. And we wrote that at 15, and there is not a championship on that list that I have not won. And that was my driving force.
It's a constant progression of dreams, more so visualizations, I think, of who you want to be, not only as an athlete, but as a person. And you learn from other people, how you want to be, how you don't want to be.
Ultimately, I want to become a world champion, particularly the world champion in Hawaii. But I also want to transcend the sport and just encourage other people to join triathlon and to try something new and to push boundaries and try their limits and sort of reach places that they didn't think they could reach.
Really, my biggest dream is to have, you know, a happy and healthy family. And really, that's, you know, the bottom line for me is raising a great family. And, you know, while I'm focusing on sport now, that's kind of my long-term focus.
Just love to have peace and a place where I feel at home, and that's something I dream of. I don't want a complicated life. I like things really simple, and that's what I dream of. Just living some simple life.
You know, when I do dream the most is I think when I'm in a workout, when I'm in the well workout, whether it's a treadmill session and you're pumping it up to as fast as you can go for 5 minutes and you've got the music blaring, that's when all the visualization comes in.
obviously in the sport, my biggest dream is to win Kona, and I do see that in my mind a lot, crossing that tape and kind of imagining how it feels to lift that banner up in Kona.
I'm a dreamer when I'm on my bike on the trainer. Like, you have to be thinking of something, and you're always dreaming of what it would feel like to be, to get one of those big giant lays in Hawaii and be crowned, the champion, or to be on the top 3 there.
I just have this desire, or I set myself the goal, and I'm pretty stubborn, and I want to achieve that for my own satisfaction. I think it is. I really don't worry too much about what other people think, and it's I have this dream of what I want to do, and I want to prove to myself that I can go to Kona and I can have this performance that I think I can have.
It's kind of every dream that I ever had. I think once I found out about Kona, I only found out about triathlon when I was around 18 years old. Turned my attention to Ironman, and I just looked at the distance, and I kind of just knew that was where I was going to go, and my dream became to win a world title. And to have won a world title so early in my Ironman career was amazing. But yeah, I guess you have to sometimes pinch yourself and say, I've won a world title. No one can take that away from me, no matter what happens in the future, no matter where I go or what I do. I did win in 2010. I got the job done, and I'm really proud of myself for doing it.